Hey everyone, I'm Deb from Deb Studio, the poetic artist, and as promised we are going to do our experiment first before we start our hand series. So as you can see, I've already got my cards set up here. Our first experiment will be mixing a Naples Yellow with a white. The Naples Yellow will be the acrylic color, and the white will be the oil mixable or the water mixable oil color. Then we're going to, in this square, mix in a Coeruleum hue. I'll put the name in the description box below. It's not cerulean, because ceruleum I'm sure is spelt differently, but anyways. Alright, and let's see, we've got our brushes here. These are multimedia brushes, which I'm hoping will work out alright. I have my buckets of water and my palette knife for mixing up my oil, or for mixing my paint. And then I have my two water mixable oil mediums here, the safflower and the linseed oil. And I got everything set out except for my yellow. So let's go ahead and put some Naples Yellow down here right quick. Okay. And might need some more white, but we'll see. We're going to start out with mixing our yellow and our white together. And let's see, we'll need some to go with our blue. And then we're going to need some to go up here to mix with safflower, and then one to mix with linseed, and then the same thing over here on this side with the blue. Alright, so now, the only thing I'm really concerned about is the mediums between the two paints. The pigments are the same, but the mediums, or the binders rather, that hold the pigments together are different. We're using a water mixable oil that's specifically designed to be mixed with water. So something we do want to keep in mind, or something I'd like to keep in mind, is that I want to make sure I get the two paints incorporated together really well. Get them mixed up so that they're actually intertwined with each other, the acrylic and the water mixable oil bases. Okay. And go in here. And the paint actually is pretty creamy once you start waking it up, I guess would be a good word for it. Okay. And got the first one. Okay, that is our straight color. And let's grab this. And this is straight paint going down. It glides, but just not very freely. And it may just be because of the oil. The oil, water-mixable oil paint is a lot thicker than the acrylic paint. And again, these brushes are multimedia brushes. They're not real stiff like a normal acrylic or oil brush. So let's see here. This one's linseed. So let's do our linseed first. Grab a little bit out. And a little drop for me. Okay, linseed. Linseed. And I really do thank you guys for joining me today. And if you would, for encouragement, give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. And if you want to continue to follow my content and either follow my paintings, which this one is the beginning of a series called Hands, which is an interpretation of the poem Without Hands. And if you want to continue, and then I'm planning on starting to just recite a poem set to music, and then with photographs to show the what inspired. Okay, linseed oil. Put that down here. Wow, this paint's really, really, really thick. That's going to take some getting used to. Huh? And that is thick, thick, thick. Okay, let's do this. We'll get several strokes out of that before we actually start running out of paint. I mean, we started running out a little bit here. But yeah, that's quite a bit. Okay. This off of here. And go. That's our brush, clean our knife. And pick up the safflower oil. The linseed to the side. I'm going to get the safflower. Get that brush out really, 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 really good. And you know what? Let's do this. Let's see. I don't forget. Bit of safflower oil here. I think the traffic's quieting down a little bit, thankfully. Alright, let's do it in this mixture over here. Wow, okay, Deb. You got a little crazy on that one. That's alright. The whole idea is to see how the acrylic and water mixable oil react to a water mixable oil medium. And grab our brush here. Paint and this down. Okay. And it's the same thing basically as up here with the linseed oil paint comes off really, really well from the brush. And it takes it a bit before we run out of paint on our stroke. Okay, so that's the white and yellow. And let's see, let's go ahead and, wow. Okay, put our yellow down here. And yellow down here. Okay, and, all right, Deb, you've got too many things here going on at the same time. Alright guys, so I will be back. Just let me stop and then restart, and we'll continue with our yellow and blue mixture to get our green mixed with our linseed and our safflower oil. Alright guys, welcome back. So now we are going to do our blue and yellow mixtures to get our green. And then we'll mix in with our oils and whatnot. So I need to put safflower over here. Forgot to do that. Okay. And I think I'm going to need more blue. Gosh, I got to be careful with this blue because this is the blue that I need for my painting for my hands. Okay. There we go. That ought to be good enough now. Probably too much. Oh well. Okay. And get all our greens mixed up. And what we're going to do is we're going to mix our green and then we're going to add some white. And the reason why is so that I can have more oil than I do acrylic color. That's why we're going to do it that way. Okay. So let's go ahead and get these mixed up. And I was really impressed with this green that came between these two colors. I thought it would be like an ugly kind of green. That's just where my mind went. But once I got the colors mixed together here, it's a really nice green. No, not really. Alright, now rinse the brush, rinse. Oh. What? I'll do it again. Okay. Blue. And this blue looks almost like it would be transparent. I actually kind of need to look and see if it is. Oh, what are these codes here? Let me see something. Actually, they're opaque. It is an opaque color. And then this one. Really can't tell too much difference there. Alrighty. So let us add in first the linseed. Alright, so we got the linseed oil. I'm sure it's what I got. We've put down our pure color from each one of our blends here. And again, just like before, the straight paint doesn't really pull well. So that's why we get mediums involved in the game, because oil paint by itself, and that's even if you have an oil brush, it just seems that the straight oil color doesn't want to come off the brush or adhere to whatever your painting surface is. Alright, so linseed, that. But yeah, but the linseed is really mixing in well, again, with the color that we have. Alright. And something I didn't consider when I started this is the drying time that's required. So what we're going to have to do is each week we will look at this card to see how well it's drying, you know, like at the beginning of the video for the hands, and that way we'll know, okay, this is really okay. Not bad. Okay. Brush rinsed out really good. And okay. The linseed to the side. Grab our safflower. That is a really nice green. I like that green. Just really amazed at that green that we got. Okay, we'll go over here to our blue green. It and get some paint. Alright. Huh. Yeah, it is more, this looks more green, and this is definitely a blue green. So that is it, folks. That is our experiment card. Okay, so I got in a hurry and forgot to do a salutation and to thank you guys for watching. So I thought what we would do is we're just gonna, since this is a couple of days later, we're gonna look at our card, which everything feels dry. Even this paint, this straight oil, I mean, it's a little tacky, but it's touch dry. So far the paint appears to stay bound. And then again, also our paint with the mediums still feel, they're touch dry, slightly tacky, but it's not coming off on my hands or anything. So I'm going to consider this test a success, and we're going to move forward. And next week what we're going to do is we're going to paint the first hand in the series, hands that represent the poem that I wrote without hands. So stay tuned next week for that. As always, please give me a thumbs up for encouragement, and if you want to follow along on this journey or see any of my other content, do subscribe. I just recently uploaded a new video of my poem that I wrote by Piddle Park's Pond. I thought I would narrate it, but then once I got the pictures in and I got the music in, I thought, you know what, this is perfect without any background voices. That way the voice you hear will be the voice in your own mind as you're reading the poem across the page and then looking at the pictures. So take a look at that. I'd appreciate it. Again, I'm Deb from Deb's Studio, and I am the Poetic Artist. Go out and enjoy life and create something beautiful. Until next week, bye.